Hello everyone, good day here from Swirls and Curls Set Designs. Wendy here. Just wanted to drop a quick little intro video to a clip I'm about to share with everybody. I here recently have been dabbling with oil infused soaps and recently made a Rosemary organic olive oil infused loaf of soap. I have been dabbling with the idea of infusing my oils and using them in my soap recipes. Really curious about how I can use herbs and spices to extract some natural colorants in addition to the clay soaps that I make. And well, at the end of the day, you know, they're herbs and spices that are skin-loving ingredients, and wanted to really kind of play with the idea of making a line of soap specifically to these kind of more natural approaches to soap making for those who are in the market for really wanting to keep that more holistic, types of product in their home. That being said, after about 4 to 6 months of some research, I went ahead and dabbled with the hot method for infusing oils. And pretty simple. You take whatever amount of oil you're going to be using. You can batch size that infusion. I chose to just do what I needed for the loaf I was making. Given that this was my first experience with trying this, I really wasn't sure what to expect. And well, as most of us soap makers feel, it's like, ooh, you don't want to waste anything and you don't want to have to throw anything away. So I was like, keep it small. That being said, I went ahead and prepped my stovetop, got my oil in the pot, put my clean, fresh, dried herb in there, and I let it simmer for about 2 hours. In the research I've been doing, the recommendations on the minimum side is to do about an hour to 2 hours of simmering, and all the way upwards of 5-6 hours, however long you want to let that simmer. Of course, letting it simmer longer is going to draw out a better infusion. For the purpose of what I wanted to do, said I'm just going to keep it at the 2 hour minimum and then play with it and see what happens. That being said, I went ahead and did the infusion, set it aside. I did end up collecting and straining it through a cheesecloth and letting it sit for 24 hours before I actually used it. I don't know, maybe that was just me justifying the fact that I only did it for 2 hours on the simmer. So I let it sit for 24 hours and went ahead and used it the next day. I will share that I was quite surprised to see the outcome of this bar, especially as I was mixing everything in. When I added my water lye solution into all of the oils and started my stick blender, I was just a little blown away with what I was seeing in terms of color. Wasn't quite sure that that was even going to stick. So stay tuned to the end of the video so that you can see the final bar, because I was probably floored at least 3 times. One, the color of the infused olive oil had this nice green tint to it, and I was wondering if that was going to be the color that would transfer naturally to the bar after saponification. And then when I added the lye water mixture, to see the color that it transformed into was mind-blowing. And then to see what the bar looked like after saponification, after I unmolded it, was just like beyond words. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy the clip. If you're new here, welcome. If you're coming back again, thank you so much for all the support. Stay sudsy, my friends. Peace.
Yeah, let's do this. Can you feel the fire running through your veins? Now you're burning brighter. Don't look away. Shout out to the legend.